To date, he has played 20 games, correctly answered 81 questions, and has amassed in cash and prizes $100,450. Will his winning streak continue on today's program? We'll find out soon as, from Hollywood, it's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic Tac Dough! And now, here's our host, Wig Martindale!
Thank you, Bob Hilton. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Nice to see all of you here. A good, lively audience to match the good, lively people that I'm sure are looking in. This current champion has been with me a long, long time. It seems like he's been here forever. You might want to ask me, how long has he been here?
How long has he been here?
Well, Bob Hilton, will you introduce my co-host on Tic Tac Dough? Here he is.
Our current champion has winnings which total in cash and prizes $100,450. He's an Air Force lieutenant who's also been a bartender. Meet Doc Bass. His opponent is a high school English teacher who's studying for a master's degree in American Studies. Meet Elizabeth Leggett.
Well, you seem almost like a co-host, Doc.
Seems like it'd be a great job.
So far, it's $100,450. Can I just tell you, financially, you're doing a heck of a lot better than I'm doing. Keep your job and keep winning.
Okay.
Hey, we have some very special people in the audience who have kind of dressed rather special just for you, Doc, and I'd like for you to take a look out here in the audience. As a matter of fact, that first gentleman right there, that says, The Mr. Doc Show. That's for you. Next one, talk victory, think victory, act victory, otherwise, question mark. Next one, go to it, Doc. And right next door to that gentleman is a cute gal, what's up, Doc? And then next to her, probably her husband. Put him in hock, Doc. And then we have, of course, the Barry and Wright and Doc Productions. We have Tic Tac Doc. That's my boy. And then another Tic Tac Doc. And last but by no means least, my doc prescribes money. I love it. Doc, we can't very well top that, so let's move on to this lady right here on your left. Good luck, Doc. Elizabeth Leggett, who is our high school English teacher. On a show about 2 shows ago, we had a high school history teacher. In fact, he taught a lot of 10th and 11th graders. Do you find it difficult to teach in this day and age?
It's really very challenging these days.
How do you bring yourself up to that?
Well, you've got to compete with a lot of current media and use it.
And be firm,
just be
too.
real creative and firm.
You feel creative and firm against this guy right here?
I'm going to give it my best shot.
Let's see what happens. Here we go. Boy, I love all those T-shirts. Last show ended in a tie game. We're about to play your second game, and here are the categories. Remember these? The subjects for the game are women in film, maps of nations, bearded men, big and little, Jacks and Johns, islands, heroes, villains, and aquatic biology. Now, in the pot, as we continue today, we have $1,900. That's where we pick up, and with every correct answer, of course, we add to that $1,900 pot. Doc, as our champion, as you know, you go first.
Wink, I think I'll try women in film in the upper left.
Okay, that's the first subject on this show, women in film. Doc, this 2-time Academy Award-winning actress had a long, distinguished career that included the movies Jezebel, All About Eve, and Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. Name her.
Betty Davis.
Yes, correct. Put an X there. Betty Davis. Another $200 in the pot. Let's shuffle the categories around as they take different positions on the board. We move to the lady in position on his left. Elizabeth?
Wink, I'll give the bearded men a try.
Bearded men in the center, worth $300 to the pot. Liz, I'll describe 2 bearded American poets of the 19th century, and you name them. First, this writer named Walt published a collection of poems entitled Leaves of Grass. Secondly, this poet named Henry wrote several volumes of verse, including the Song of Hiawatha. Here's your extra time to think about those. Elizabeth, you're going for 2 American poets of the 19th century. First, a writer named Walt who published a collection of poems titled Leaves of Grass.
That's Walt Whitman.
Yes. This poet named Henry wrote several volumes of verse, including the Song of Hiawatha.
Longfellow.
Correct. Good for the center box. So it all goes there. Let's shuffle the categories around and add another $300 to the pot. Pot's now worth $2,400. Doc?
Oh, let's see. Wink, I think I'll try heroes in the upper right.
Upper right for heroes. Here's your question, Doc. This famous French general led the resistance against Germany during World War II and became president of France in 1959. Name him.
That was de Gaulle.
Yes! Charles Andre Joseph Marie de Gaulle. Put it next there. Let's shuffle again. Another $200 in the pot. Elizabeth, as we continue, the pot now worth $2,600.
Take islands in the center to block.
To block him, islands. This large Italian island is famous for such landmarks as Mount Etna and the ruins at Syracuse. For a block, name it.
That's Sicily.
Correct. Good for a block. Put an O there. $200 added to the pot. Let's shuffle the categories again and move back to Doc fast. $2,800 in the pot.
Well, Wing, looks like I'll have to try Jackson Johns.
All right, you're going for a block down there on the bottom center with Jackson Johns as the subject. Doc, to block Elizabeth. This singer named John formed the Lovin' Spoonful in 1965 and left them in 1968. His solo hits include She's a Lady and Welcome Back. For a block, name him.
John Sebastian.
Correct. Good for a block as we put an X there. Another $200 in the pot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes left on the board. Let's shuffle. Elizabeth, these are your subjects to select from. $3,000 in the pot. Where would you like your next O to go?
I'll go to the right in heroes.
Going to go with heroes, all right? Here's your question, Liz. Author Edgar Rice Burroughs created this fictional African hero who was the son of an English nobleman. Now, by what one-word name was this hero known?
Tarzan.
Correct. Put another O on the board. Another $200 in the pot. 3 boxes are left on the board. The categories that show up could decide the outcome of the game, and we'll see what the outcome of this game is going to be right after we take a break. On this show, every time you beat 5 opponents, you win a very special gift. Doc, you've gotten 2 of those. Defeat 3 more opponents, including Elizabeth, and you'll win a 3rd one. Tell them what it is, Bob Hilton.
It's a brand new car! Buick Century 2-door coupe, the mid-sized personal luxury car with a spacious, comfortable interior and classic exterior. The Century 2-door coupe by Buick. In addition, Rain Dance Car Wax lasts longer than the leading car waxes. Water bead improves it. DuPont guarantees it. Back to you, Wink.
Look at the board, everybody. In the pot, $3,200. 3 boxes left. We're going to shuffle now, Doc. You can select from these subjects: big and little, heroes, and aquatic biology.
Well, Wing, I'll have to block with big and little.
Over there in the center on the left, big and little. You're trying to block Elizabeth with the correct answer to this. This actor starred for 14 years as Little Joe in the television series Bonanza. He later starred in the hit television series Little House on the Prairie. For a block, name him.
Michael Landon.
Yes, for a block. Put an X there. $200 more in the pot. We're down to 2 boxes. The categories that will appear in them will determine if we have a tie. Let's shuffle. Bearded men and villains. $3,400 in the pot.
Doc
Elizabeth?
doesn't leave me any choice. I'll have to go with bearded men.
She almost got so nervous, she almost said, that don't leave me no choice. Bearded men. Answer this correctly, Elizabeth. You'll have a 2nd tie with Doc. Here's the question. This British actor won an Oscar for The Bridge on the River Kwai and was nominated for his role as the bearded knight, Obi-Wan Kenobi, in Star Wars. For a tie game, name him.
Alec Guinness.
Yes, we have a tie game. And we add another $200 to the pot for that correct answer, a tie game. We're going to show you 9 new categories, and the pot will continue to get bigger and bigger from $3,600. Doc, Elizabeth, ladies and gentlemen, here are the subjects for the next game. Mixed words, Japan, fairy tales, plain talk, nicknames, movies of the 60s, redheads, Republicans, and secret category, which can be, as you know, any category at all, and a correct answer there will double the pot. $3,600 as we begin, Doc.
Wink, I think I'll try the secret category in the lower right.
Okay, Doc, the secret category is famous families. Answer this question correctly, and the pot will double to $7,200. Here's your question, Doc. A popular 1965 movie told the musical story of an Austrian singing group known as the Von Trapp family. To make that pot $7,200, name the movie musical.
The Sound of Music.
Yes, the pot's worth $7,200. Put an X there. Let's shuffle the categories around and move to Elizabeth Leggett.
Fairy tales in the center.
In the center fairy tales, again, a little harder. We'll give you extra time for your answer, Liz, and we'll add $300 to the pot for a correct answer to this on fairy tales. According to a famous fairy tale, the song of this bird brought tears to the eyes of the emperor and saved him from death. First, name this bird, and secondly, name the country in which this fairy tale takes place. Think about that. Elizabeth, once again, according to a famous fairy tale, the song of this bird brought tears to the eyes of the emperor and saved him from death. First, name the bird.
Nightingale.
Correct. Name the country in which this fairy tale takes place.
Japan.
No, I'm sorry. It's China. China. So let's move the categories again. Still $7,200 in the pot. Doc, your turn again.
Well, Wink, I think I'll try the secret category again in the lower left.
Ooh, this secret category is the U.S. Constitution. Answer this question correctly, and the pot will double to $14,400. Doc, here's the question. The First Amendment guarantees 5 basic freedoms of rights to the American people. 2 of them are the freedom of religion and the freedom of speech. To make that pot jump to $14,400, name one of the others.
Would that be freedom of the press?
Yes, that's right. The other 2 would be right of assembly and right of petition. The pot has now risen to $14,400, and we are going to shuffle once again. And Elizabeth, your turn to select.
Plain talk to block.
For a block of Doc, plain talk, the subject, this is the question. Amid controversy in the mid-1970s, a supersonic transport named the Concorde began commercial service. For a block, I want you to name one of the 2 countries that joined together to build the Concorde.
France.
One is England and the other is France. For a block, you're right. Another $200 added to the pot takes the pot to $14,600 in cash. Let's shuffle the categories around. They take different positions, and Doc, take a look at the board and select.
Wink, I think I'll try movies of the 60s in the upper right.
Upper right-hand corner of the board, we feast our eyes on movies of the 60s, and you answer this question, Doc. In this 1962 movie musical, actress Rosalind Russell played Rose Hovick, the stage mother of one of the world's most famous striptease dancers. Name the movie.
Gypsy.
Yes, that's right. Put an X there, put another $200 in the pot. Let's shuffle the categories once again, and the pot has now risen to $14,800. Elizabeth.
Mixed words to block.
Again, on the defensive, trying to block Doc. Elizabeth, you can do that with the correct answer to this question on mixed words. First, take a look at this mixed up word. Now, for a block, unscramble the letters to reveal the name of something found at a dinner table.
Napkin.
Yes, that's correct, for a block. Put an O there. And with the pot at exactly $15,000 in cash, we're going to take a commercial break. Sorry about that. We'll be right back. $15,000 in the pot. 4 boxes left on the board. We're going to shuffle, Doc, and it'll be your job to select. Which subject would you like?
Wink, I think I'll take plain talk in the center to a win.
For a diagonal win, he moves to plain talk in the center of the board. Doc, if you answer this question correctly, you will win $15,300 in cash. When we add that amount to your prior winnings, the grand total would then be $115,750 in cash and prizes. Here's the question. I'll name 2 types of aircraft, and you tell me the company that manufactures them. 1, name the firm that manufactures the 727. Then name the firm that manufactures the DC-8. Think about that. Doc, you're going for a total of $115,750. Name the firm that manufactures the 727.
Is that Boeing?
Yes. Now, for that total of $115,750, name the firm that manufactures the DC-8.
Is that McDonnell Douglas?
Yes, that's right. Well, I guess the only word really that keeps coming to my mind in a situation like this, Doc, is just simply congratulations. You've done it again. How do you feel now?
Tremendous.
That was kind of a hair raiser, though, wasn't it? I
mean,
the perspiration was kind of beating on the old brow, so to speak. And I was just looking at the board. Had you not gone for a win at that particular point and gone for the secret category, which you didn't do because you wanted to go for the win diagonally, that pot would have risen another 15,000 plus up there. But you got the win, you took that route, and it came out great for you. Congratulations. And to you, Elizabeth, what can we say to you except thank you so much for giving us some very exciting games on Tic Tac Dough.
Well, it was terrific to play a great champion.
We have for your two ties, however, exactly $500 in cash, $250 for each one, and thank you for being with us on Tic Tac Dough.
Thank you very much.
Elizabeth Leggett. Okay, Doc, it's time for us to try to beat the dragon, so let's try to do it. Congratulations. Thank you. Boy, I'll tell you, that's almost a heart stopper, isn't it?
It sure is.
Behind the numbers on the board, as you know, are various amounts of money and the mean old dragon, who really hasn't been that mean to you, has he?
Not too really, no.
I think you've beaten him, what, 11 out of 12 times or something like that. All you have to do is reach $1,000 or more and you win a prize package. Now, this next prize package is one that's filled with gifts to let you have a real fun time at the beach, if you can intermix the beach among all the trips you're going to be taking. Here's Bob Hilton to tell you all about it. Listen.
Well, Doc, you'll experience the excitement of the water when you head for the beach to navigate your own sailboat. Snark's Mach 2 sailboat, fast, light, and responsive with a roomy cockpit and enclosed storage compartment. Mach 2 furnished by Snark Products Incorporated. And for stylish beach activity, it's this fashionable swimwear. Flexitard leotards for swimming, exercising, or disco dancing. With coordinated pants and skirts, contour-forming fabrics, and iridescent jewel-toned colors. Sensuous body designs by Gilda for Flexitard. And after sailing and swimming, you can have a cookout. We're giving you this versatile portable cooker. The Trail Cooker. This unique portable recreational kitchen gives you a 2-burner propane gas stove, a sink, and running water. Completely self-contained and lightweight. Carry it like a suitcase. The Trail Cooker, furnished by Portable Products. But, Doc, there is another way to enjoy the beach, and that's by visiting an exotic beach location. And, Doc, you're going to enchanting Tahiti! You'll bask in the sun while surrounded by beautiful beaches, blue lagoons, coconut palms, and an exotic island atmosphere that you'll never forget. It'll be 9 fantastic days in the South Pacific, compliments of Tic Tac Dough. This beach package is worth, in cash and prizes, over $3,250.
Doc, avoid the dragon or you lose everything. Get the tick and the tack, you automatically get the dough. Now let's cover them up, move them all around. You know, you may have to retire from your position in the service because you are going to be doing so much. You've won so many trips. The traveling is going to be endless.
Well, I don't know if they'll be too crazy about that.
We'll worry about that later. Right now, the idea is to win. What's your first number on the board you're going to go for today?
Well, it has never failed me yet. I'll have to go with 1 to start off.
Don't fail him now. Number 1 on the board. What do we find, Doc? $150. It's been showing up 100 almost every time. Okay, let's go to you. The fan club is growing by leaps and bounds.
How about lucky number 7 again?
Lucky number 7, all right. He's going to go over 4 down to 7. What do we find behind 7 to go with 1? No! The luck finally failed you, didn't it?
Well, you know, you can't win them all, I guess.
Finally caught up. You almost were, though. You almost won them all. Let's look at the rest of the board. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. You had a lot of money up there, and, of course, a tick down here behind number 9, tack up there behind number 3. But listen, the way you're doing, it's not too tacky. I got to tell you that right now, because your winnings in cash and merchandise are way up there now to a grand total of $115,750. And, of course, as long as you continue as our champion, you get to keep on playing, taking on new opponents. Are you up to it again?
Sure am.
We're going to take one on right after we take a commercial timeout. Please don't go away. Doc, you think we can get them all to show up, the guys in the fan club, with those same shirts on for the next show?
I think we can arrange that.
All right, I certainly hope so. It kind of adds to the festive atmosphere for you anyway,
Sure
perhaps
does.
not to an opponent. I'm Wink Martindale with Doc Fass, or not necessarily in that order at this point. We'll see you next time on Tic Tac Dough. Bye-bye.
Catch a game and you know you're at GSN. GSN's got something new now, didn't you hear? Catch a game, catch a game. All new fun when you play by ear.